Dean says, regarding link building to IFTTT properties, how does one check what links and or anchor text ratio have been successfully built to a property if, for example, links have been bought from other organizations than Semantic Mastery? Because upon checking Majestic SEO, it would appear that little to none of the properties seem to get crawled by Majestic. Haven't checked others. I use some of Semantic Mastery IFTTT properties to check, as mine are not old enough to maybe show data yet. I'm wondering if they ever will. Dean, a lot of those, because of their, the spam type properties that we post to with GSA and the various types of link building tools that we use, they don't get crawled or indexed by Majestic and or Ahrefs. At least I haven't used Ahrefs much in about the last 2 years because I've been pretty much using Majestic only. But about 2 years ago, when I was using Ahrefs more than Majestic, I noticed that Ahrefs picks up a lot more of the backlinks than Majestic. It may have changed. I don't know. But I always noticed that Majestic didn't pick up a lot of spammy or low-quality links. They just won't index them. And you got to imagine how hard it is on their servers to try to keep track of all of those. So I think, and I don't know this to be true other than just from my own observance, but I think that if there's a certain threshold that a link has to have in order for it to be included in the index, and that's, or unless you manually force it, which means, like, for example, if you were to get the links link report back from a service and then manually submit them to Majestic to be crawled, and even then that doesn't guarantee that they will be. So as far as that, I mean, really the only thing that you could do is go off of the link reports that are provided to you by your link building provider, service provider. Whoever's doing the link building services for you should provide you with the link report. And then all I would recommend doing is just taking, I mean, most link builders are going to submit that list of links that they built for you to some sort of indexer anyways. But once you receive that report, what I always do is I always go resubmit those links through my own indexers, my own indexing accounts, so that I'm making sure that they're being crawled and indexed. Okay? At least, wait, let me rephrase that. So that I make sure that they're being crawled. It doesn't mean that they're going to be indexed. And again, just like what we talk about, Dean, there's a lot of people that ask questions about IFTTT network properties not showing, the links from their IFTTT network properties not showing up in Majestic or Ahrefs. And we talked about that many times as well. If you have your websites connected to Google Search Console and you go look in the Search Console at inbound links or links to your site, you'll see the links from Delicious and WordPress and Tumblr and Digo and all of that. But you won't see it in Majestic or Ahrefs. So it doesn't mean that those links aren't there. It just means they're not being indexed in Ahrefs or Majestic.
Right. Yeah, just to add to what you were saying, I mean, the only thing that matters in that case is what Google is saying that he sees or it sees, you know. So that's why we, and many of the IFTTT properties are data hub partners as well. So they share data with Google. So you can definitely see that on Webmaster Tools. Now, what I usually do, Dean, is to grab the top 5 sorry, the top 5 competitors, the guys that are ranking on page 1, and plug them into Majestic or Ahrefs and see what kind of anchor text they are using, because usually you will get a ton of branded and long tail anchor text from IFTTT. Now if you want to be, if you want to sculpt a little bit the anchor text, you want to go with other link sources, like for example press releases. Okay, press releases will help you a ton on that case. So just grab the top 5 and see what they're doing on a page level and also on a root level. You want to see the root, which kind of backlinks and the anchor text they are getting, and also the page that's ranking, because usually you will see that, on the big websites you will see that the root is highly de-optimized. I mean, like 80 to 90% of that it would be, branded or URL anchor text, while the internal page would be much more aggressive. But it makes sense, if you have like a big newspaper, the home will get backlinks from, I don't know, go visit the NewYorkTimes.com, and then when you're talking about a news in particular or an internal page, then people will link as an exact match, So it makes a ton of sense to do that. That's what I do usually. That's what I usually do. Just because you're not showing on Majestic doesn't mean that they do not count, because Webmaster Tools will actually report on those. So you need to combine tools on that case. That's my point.
And for most link building providers, if you're going to be outsourcing your link building, that are going to be building, spam links essentially, any good link building provider is going to ask you for the list of keywords, and it's going to be asking for a large number of keywords, especially for spam tools. Like, for example, if you buy link building service from us, we have, what do we require? At least 200 keywords? Something like that. It's a lot. And the reason why is because, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Bradley, but we're asking actually for 500 keywords.
Okay. I thought there was a range, but yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah, for any kind of link building package that you're getting from us, we are asking for at least 500 keywords. We tell you, we give you a tool to generate those as well, you know, based on Google Suggest. But you know, for Airways Academy link building, for IFTTT link building, they are all 500 keywords at least.
Yeah. And that's because, again, if we're going to be building a mass quantity of links, we need a very diverse set of anchor texts. And so that should be determined before you purchase the link building package. I mean, those are typically things that you should look for from a reputable link builder, you know, a spam tool link builder. All right. So, like, you'll notice on, like, a lot of Black Hat forums and stuff where people run GSA blasts and stuff like that, they will ask for similar criteria.
Yeah. Now, if you go to Fiverr, for example,
yep.
You have those guys. Yeah, those guys, they will ask you for 5 keywords. Yep. You know, and all the links will look the same. So I would say away from those.